Okay, this is DragonofEternity and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker MSQ, or Main Story Quest, or Main Scenario Quest, however you want to pronounce it. In the last video, I got reunited with Urion J and Labrynthos, and we had a little discussion with the forum. So they want us to make an ether burner on the ship better. And then we get to talk to Heidelin. Let's start this off then, shall we? Going underground. Foshnault's ability to maintain a stiff upper lip is being surely tested. Or sorely tested, even. As instructed, I shall take you to see the ether burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. I trust you can make your own way there. So the Ark is being built in Labrynthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? Alright, so... the second half of Labrynthos. Let's go. Let's unlock flying in this zone. I only got one ether current here for side questing. So there's got to be like 3 side quests I have left to do here. God, I haven't been to Labrynthos since... episode 5? 6? Somewhere around there. Why do we always zone in with wet feet? Right, potty check. I don't understand the appeal of reshaping it to look like the world above. Make your peace with what it is. Or go outside if that's what you prefer. Good luck, these are nerds. That we have been granted permission to the low levels is proof of our increased standing. Would like they had been willing to confide in us sooner. Aha. Among the many and varied documents sent to the moon, I did chance upon several inventories made in the Archeon. Mayhap the forum believed such records would provide insight into the intricacies of clerical duties. Regardless, the Labrynthos did not consider them worthy of more than a cursory glance. Oof. It has been many moons since I last visited Labrynthos. As vast as the archives were back then, they've only continued to grow in the days since. Some would surely object to the forum allowing foreign elements to have the run of their secret facilities. We should count ourselves lucky. Do they intend to carry everything in the Archeon to the moon? They said they started loading scientific records and biological samples, but do they need all of it? Where once we were refused entry, we are now welcomed as guests. It seems so long ago we first set foot here. We had to go through a shitty cave to get to a middle section. Our destination lies in the lower levels. The forum in its wisdom has granted you access to the Archeon's lift. Step inside and have Ophiline take you to the medial circuit. Okie dokie. I had to check to see if I was recording. Oh god. That is an unnecessary panic attack. I'm really scared in case I mess up a recording. Because that's about, what, 20-30 hours of an RPG to go through again? You wish to use the lift, yes? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I assume the other people need to zone in. So how do we get to the hamlet then? And that. Level 88. Yeah, there's definitely a zone to be in. I have sent your associates ahead to the Logisticon Alpha on the other side of Meral Ergonomics. Actually, there is something I have been meaning to... No, never mind, it can wait. Let us attend to the matter at hand. No, talk about your children with me. Alright, where are we going? To the other elevator. Really? You're making me travel further down? Yeah, still no side quests that's appeared. Let's see, where would it be? It'd be here. So there's still 5 ether currents, and 3 side quests, and an MSQ quest before I can fly here. God, what's... Well, I think I know what the final zone is going to be. It's going to be wherever we go to find Metteon. So Xeno's just out the picture now? Unless he sneaks aboard and takes out Metteon. Oh, that'd be... No. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, there they are. I was tasked to adjust the temperature in here. Apparently they find it too stuffy. I concur, you might want to do something about the humidity too while you're at it. Okay. Body check! The fields we passed along the way brought back memories of Ferndale. Unfortunately, we were never blessed with such abundant crops. Oh yeah, that was your home village before Nidhogg burned it down. The further underground we go, the more surprises we find. I wonder what this place is actually for. Same. We must be close to the central circuit, which is where Charlene's greatest secrets are held, if the tomes I perused told the whole story. On our journey here, I was filled with an inexplicable sense of elation to see vegetables other than carrots being cultivated. Why, it near brought a tear to mine eye. Oh yeah, you've been eating nothing but carrots on the moon. Sheesh. Knowing the forum, even the people working down here are probably kept in the dark about the true purpose of this place. Yeah. Oh, there you are, having words with Master Falchion by any chance. You wanted to, but... We are to wait here while our father arranges us to use the next lift. Here being Logisticon Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labrynthos are regulated. So if something goes wrong here, this entire cave is fucked. Water is drawn from underground and dispersed as vapor, stimulating formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperature and air circulation, they are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. You know, when I hear biological samples, I think cells. Not actual living creatures. Well, cells are living creatures if you think about it, but, semantics. Hold on, how do you know so much about it? Why, father brought me here as a child. What? And left me behind? Actually, you're the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with grandfather. The night before, I'd been asking father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. 'Tis all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world, to grow inured to the wondrous. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loprits in recreating a similar environment, I have come to view such processes in a new light. The subterranean gardens of Labrynthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiac, the habitations built for all mankind neath the moon's surface, each unique, yet undeniably similar. 'Tis no mere coincidence. Ever since Eidolon unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Zephyrus, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labrynthos, in preparation for the great exodus. But that is not all. It is also a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Feudal operates have endeavoured to make the moon inhabitable. Feudal operates have endeavoured to make the moon inhabitable, not uninhabitable, inhabitable. That is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I have arranged for you all to enter the central circuit. It is there that the most of our preparations for the great exodus are carried out, the construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have never been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions and will have free reign to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We will prove ourselves worthy of their trust. Your trust. Then let us proceed. God, 11 minutes into the quest, I haven't even got to a cutscene yet. I saw there was a cutscene on the bloody thing. The fact that there's another 2 just means that this place is freaking huge. Which worries me. By decree of the Forum, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are permitted to enter the central circuit. Whoa. So where's the Ark? Can I see it from here? Let's see. I have no idea what makes Alpha know so confident we can solve this problem of theirs. Relentless optimism, I presume, and not unwelcome trait in a youth. But less so in a gambler. Let us resolve never to let him set foot in a gold saucer. I don't know, he might be good at triple triad. The farther down we travel, the more expansive the sky above becomes, artificial though it is. Word like the heavens elsewhere could be so idyllic. Yeah. I imagine the secrets kept here would be of great benefit to my own research, but I will refrain from indulging my curiosity for the time being. The temperate environment here is not unlike that of Bestway Burrow, though the diverse vegetation doth produce a far more complex bouquet of aromas. A welcome difference indeed, for I have grown weary of the scent of carrots. You couldn't have taught them to create something else? The sooner we can get a look at this ether burner of theirs, the sooner we can start working out how to improve it. Oh, you've got elegant technology in your head. We might finally have the chance to commune directly with Heidelin, provided we somehow manage to succeed where Charlene's finest engineers have failed. Still, it won't hurt to have a look. Ring Sid! You'd think you'd get the ironworks on here, seeing it's the bloody end of the world. Please tell me we're almost there, or there is another... Wait, please tell me we're almost there. Please tell me we're almost there. Or is there another underground level we have to reach? The even more central circuit, perhaps? Don't jinx it, I'll say. Do not! There's it, the central circuit. The ether burner is being constructed not far from here. Overseeing the work is Kokol Dankol. I assume that's a Lalafell, after whom the forge is named. Once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with him to discuss the particulars this way. Alright, where am I going? Tell you what, let me go. Can I even go over here? That is a good question. At least let me try to get the ether right. Do I ask what level these are? 88. Okay. Well moisturized researcher. Okay. Alright, lovely. That's that got in. Now for this. I hate that name. I hate that name so much. Ay, ay, ay. Why does such a name repulse me so? I don't know, but it does. Okay, I gotta teleport back at least. Lovely. Can I access all the central circuit? Looks like you can. Probably need some permission to go into there. God, we are so overdue a trial. It's not going to be Heidelin itself, is it? Well, then in this expansion we take out Zodiac, Heidelin, and Meteon. Assuming we do so. So then what else was there? I thought the final days would be a future expansion, but no. It's this bloody expansion. Get through there. Alright, Cuckold's Forge. It's a Lalafell, I knew it. Alright, okay. While many of the facilities within the central circuit seem to be visible from the upper levels, the more secretive work must be carried out behind closed doors. Uh-huh. He hasn't even realised we're here, or perhaps he has realised, but just doesn't care. Stanian? I was expecting the Sky Steel Manufactory, but instead I find the village smithy. For a closely guarded secret, you can practically see everything from outside, even with the magical barrier surrounding it. Surely the Forum have already petitioned the aid of Labrynthos given their familiarity with such technologies. He looks lost in thought, although he seems he's hit something of a stumbling block. Is he talking to himself? Don't worry, that's normal. I do it a lot. Perhaps he'd like to break the ice. This is the man we seek. Do not try to startle him. Oh, cuckoo!
I could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the Etherburner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the Etherburner.
Aye, aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the Etherburner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Labrynthos?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need.
You mean the ones we went through in the Binding Coils of Bahamut raid? Just putting it out there.
According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut? That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-Sword expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allegan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil. But our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
Othard, you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Any road, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
Oh god, that cutscene. I also got a bit emotional from that. He's getting everyone to work together for the greater good. It's one of those moments in games you just love. Or moments in stories you just love. I'm confident that even the deadliest of Allagan defense mechanisms are no match for our allies. At this rate, some of them might soon have as many accomplishments to their names as a certain Warrior of Light. Uh-oh. Time and time again, it seems like Allagan, something or other, are either the cause or the solution to our problems. To think the self-same materials that once launched Delamood will now be used to ferry mankind to the moon. There's a poetry in that. Considering how much of a fuss he made at the time, I don't see why he takes every opportunity to bring it up. It was just firewood. It's like a starting point for him. What serendipitous irony that the remnants of the seventh Umbral Calamity would become the keys to mankind's salvation. Never more certain have I been that Master Louis Swar watches over us from the ethereal sea. First to Telofroy, and now the final days. No one can accuse the Elsabard contingent of backing down from a challenge. Of course, they weren't all so committed to the cause when we first set out. But after seeing the example set by you, Alphinaud, and the others, the change was palpable. They couldn't help but believe. Aww. Fel Bahamut is long gone, the internment hooks are far from safe. It could be much, much worse, of course. They won't have to fight their way past Meracidian dragons, nor is there any danger the Elder Primal might be summoned again. Even so, I dare say there are still a few Allagan creations and contraptions remaining to bar a friend's way. I only hope that Grandfather watches over them. There are no oaths or contracts binding the members of the Elsabard contingent, and in many ways, it was even more loosely organised than the Crystal Braves. Nevertheless, I knew none would refuse this call to arms. Truly, we have been blessed with trustworthy and dependable allies. Appreciate you all doing this, but I ain't getting me hopes up just yet. Oh, have faith. It's times like these we're reminded of how famous or infamous Alphinaud has become. Who would have thought he could achieve so much with a single link pill conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the surface and inform the relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. Oh? Oh, and who might that be? It's not going to be the Eureka guy, isn't it? Is it? That's for me to know and for you to find out. And on that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. Okay. It's one cutscene to another. Meanwhile, in Uldar. Wait, what's happening in Uldar? I'm a bit worried.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames, and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Theurgeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberg will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Chizona's blade clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Is that the only cutscene we're getting, or are there more? Meanwhile in Gridania. Meanwhile in Alamigo. Oh shit, we are. Meanwhile in the Black Shroud.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiency so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
Meanwhile, in Corvus,
There you are! We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... Ah. That was a roar! A dragon's roar!
meanwhile in the Ruby Sea,
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Hmm? Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
you can't just show me Sari over the Four Lords. God, I'm glad I did that quest line. And we've just got this piano blasting, okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Right, one final party check before I end things, because things are getting serious. I'm confident that even the deadliest of Allegan defends no match for our allies. You guys should say the same thing. Okie dokie, okie dokie. I was hoping for different dialogue after that. Yeah, well. I could maybe do one more. I got 20 minutes, let's see if I can do this. Alpha Noah is resisting the urge to pat himself on the back. If this is too long of a quest, then I'll split the video. Okay, no job too small. Alpha Noah is resisting the urge to pat himself on the back. For our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do to be of service? Ah, you've already done more than enough. If I had to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Algan technology. Graha, you're up. You there, the lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. Ha! If only Master Kokol knew how right he was. While he and Graha establish a report, why don't we help with the preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favour. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would be an opportunity to familiarise ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse, and if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Aye aye. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlene Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busying themselves preparing for the Exodus. Bah, that lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. Alright, I guess you're staying here then, buddy. I shall endeavour to provide Master Kokol with whatever information he should require. Alright! I got the teleport here, so... yay, quick teleport. I should probably put the heating on after this. Yeah. Also, get a couple of drinks out of the fridge. Because if I'm really at the finale, then I'm going to need a couple of pints. Ay, 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 ay. Dare I ask where the closest ether compass is? Or where the closest current is? Down this way? Yeah. Alright, party check. Do my senses deceive me? In the shadow of yon corner? One can hope this leadeth not to mischievous undertakings. What? I'm suspicious. What's around the corner? Nope, no Labrynthos. Alright. Alright, Alpha Noah. In order to protect the secrets of the central circuit, the researchers must navigate a bewildering maze of paperwork before they are permitted to return to the surface. I suppose it's no different than any other aspect of Charlene society. We do have our bureaucracy. It's very much a mirror of the city above, which is perhaps how it came to be called Charlene Hamlet. What a quaint settlement this is. A shame it is hidden underground. Yeah. I don't mind a bit of heavy lifting, but I draw the line of paperwork. So much as wave a sheaf of documents at me, and I'll put my lance through it. As surprised as I was to learn the Forum plan to send everyone to the moon, I can't imagine how the common folk must feel about it. Should I change? Still level 88. Nah. From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Skolok Montashane mentioned. Let's start basking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the Aetheryte once our work is done. Alright. And there's the Aetheryte current quest. Let the good times troll. How do I get that troll pet? Or troll million? I don't suppose you're going to give me one, are you? No. Alright. Let's see. Gather information. Alright. Silken Grin. What a name. Hello, are you one of the new helpers? Yes. Working on the ether burner. Oh dear, I hear things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I'd choose that over my current duties. Checking and loading samples day in, day out. It's tiring, thankless work. But still, no one will be cross if I misplace a few legumes or what have you. The forum's got enough on their plate as it is. What with deciding who gets to board the Ark and when. Lots of powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Fortunald and the others. Hardly get a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time to sleep? I suspect a lot of caffeine is involved. Steady current. Helping with the Ark, even with all the power Master Kakal's managed to squeeze out of the ether burner, it's still not enough apparently. And now I hear the final days have arrived. Horrible creatures running rampant all over. If only we'd begun the exodus sooner. People are dying and there'll be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We've spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan and all will be well. Okay. Let me through the hedge. There we go. Aye. Sup, frog? Balthazar. Offering to help, that's very kind, but I should be able to organise the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly lists of the things we'll need once we arrive on the moon. And then whichever star we choose as our new home. Again, what's going to stop? What's going to stop the bird girl from just singing the Song of Oblivion to that star? You know, it doesn't solve the issue. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier after we depart. I hear a lot of our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person, having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I've not even the simplest idea what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous looming giants. Why, I would prefer something small and fluffy, like that behatted rabbit that ran by. A behatted rabbit. Okay. Okie dokie. Search for the behatted rabbit. Hello. It's about to be a side quest chain with you guys, isn't it? 'Twould appear the Loprits have infiltrated Charlane's most heavily guarded facility. How? I know not. Singing way. Hum hum hum. What joy to sample the delights of a virus. Cooking way. How marvellous it is to see you again. You'll be pleased to hear I've learned much since our fascinating discussion at the Caratorium. It's all thanks to Uyanja, you see. He taught me the finer points of cooking, which, despite my name, I knew very little about. So many dishes, so many hard-to-pronounce words. Actually, I was rather hoping he'd show me how to bake an Archon loaf. They're quite popular, I hear, although it doesn't sound like it contains any flavour to speak of. Still, if that's the sort of thing your kind enjoys, I shall make enough to last the whole journey. Oh no. Growing way. Crikey, I was expecting to see you here, Mariashna. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to say goodbye and for having those other Loprits attack you. Terrible misunderstanding that. Not to worry though, as all have since recovered from the rather savage beating you administered. They bear you no ill will. Well, perhaps a little, on account of the savagery, but time heals all wounds. Most anyway. Fancy meeting you here, Mariashna. Our friends in the forum brought us to see the teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they don't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is Epheris itself, though we now find ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all the time to prepare and it's still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around, or at least that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Urionje and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about, idling and engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? Oh no. Alright. Wise guides. Try as he might, Urionje cannot free himself of the Labrynthos. Hum. Marvelous. If you're too busy to show us the sights, we'll find other ways to keep ourselves amused, so don't you worry. Well, I guess I'm talking to them next time. Yeah. Okie dokie. So I guess with that, I'm going to end this video here. This has been DragonofEternity going through more Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker MSQ. In this video, I made my way to the lower level of Labrynthos. And Alpha Node's got a bunch of people to help with the ether burner. It's all a joyous, everyone coming together moment in the story like you love. And now I've got to entertain these little shits next time. So, fun times ahead. So next time, I entertain the Labrynthos. And with that planned out, viewers of my rambling hopefully now done. Until next time.